We thank Allah the Almighty for making us Muslims, sparing our lives to witness yet another month of Ramadan. 30 consecutive days full of packages of spiritual rewards. We ask Him the Almighty to give us the ability to fast this month of Ramadan in the way and manner that are pleasing to Him. Today is the first day of Ramadan, being Saturday, 1st of Ramadan, 1438 Hijri, in bracket the 27th day of the month of May 2017 CE, Christian era. The Tafseer is to be commenced by introductions. My introductions are two-way traffic. Number one, the meaning of Tafseer, its classifications, and the like. The second one, the rights of Quran. So I will start first by analyzing 15 points. These points are the right of Quran upon you, upon me, upon every Muslim. If animals today have rights, then the Quran deserves to have rights. If geographies today have rights that are claimed, then the Book of Allah deserves to have its rights. First way, what is right? Right is defined as, listen, justifiable claim on something. Whatever you place your hand on with justification as your own, that is your right. My pain, it is my right to claim ownership of my pain. It is your right to claim ownership of your car, your house, and the like. So they are saying right means the justifiable claim on something. The claim can be justified. Now the Book of Allah, Al-Quran, has rights. These rights are 15. Number one, belief in it. حق القرآن لأول مرة أن تؤمن به. You have to believe that this book is Allah's book. Each and every single letter is uttered by Allah. That is our belief. From Al-Fatiha to Min al-Jinnati wan-Nas, we believe in total, without any reservation, that they have been said by Allah, the Almighty, the greatest, the mightiest, the creator, the cherisher, the nourisher, the sustainer, the honor, the doer. That is our belief. Quran, you owe it this thing. That is Haqqul Awwal, Al-Imanu Bihi. Right number two. Tadabbur ma'ani inda qira'atihi. Paying attention to the meanings of the Quran. It is another right. What is it saying? Allah says, Alif Lam Mim. What does that mean? Allah says, Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. Allah created you and your deed. What does that mean? A lot of us are missing on this important thing. That is right number two. What is it saying? What's my understanding? So tadabburu ma'anihi. Because Allah says in Surah number 38, ayah number 29, He says, Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka mubarakun liyadabbaru ayatihi. وَلِتَذَكَّرَ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. It is a book that we have revealed, so blessed, so that people ponder and cogitate and think on its message and the content. That is right, number 2. Are you understanding it? What is it saying? That is the right, number 2. I'll take it again. Right, number 1, al-imanu bihi. Right, number 2, tadabbur ma'ani ayatihi. Tadabbur, thinking, cogitating, pondering, being thoughtful on its contents. Right, number 3. السكوت والإنصات والإصغاء والاستماع عند قراءته. Being silent at its recitation. Being silent. Keep quiet. Keep muted. It is a right. وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. When the Quran is being recited, Allah said, hey, keep quiet. Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu كان إذا سمع القرآن يقرأ يقول أنصت الله يتكلم وأنت تتكلم الله يتكلم وأنت تتكلم من أنت Ibn Umar. He used to say, hey, listen, Quran is speaking, you're talking, Allah is talking, you are talking. Allah yatakallam wa anta tatakallam. How many of us they keep on talking, talkativeness. So that is right, number 3. When it is being recited, listen. Allah is talking, you're talking. Right, number 4. تطبيق تعاليمه, practicing, practicalizing its teachings. It says, don't tell a lie, don't be a liar. Control your eyes, control the eyes. Don't eat haram, don't eat haram. It's right. You have to implement its teachings. That is right, number 4. تطبيق تعاليمه والعمل به. Right, number 5. I repeat it. الحق الأول الإيمان به. الحق الثاني تدبر معانيه. تدبر, thinking, pondering. الحق الثالث السكوت والإنصات, keeping quiet when it's being recited. الحق الرابع, what did I say? تطبيق تعاليمه, putting into practice its teachings. Now we move on to the right, number 5. Right, number 5, ta'allumuhu. You have to go and study the Quran. It is a debt on you. You got to learn it. You have to study it. So learning the Quran is the right, number 5 of the Quran. You have no any reason givable not to study the Quran. Ta'allumuhu. You can travel from Bronx here to Virginia to even Alaska, if need be. Study the Quran. To Medina, to Cairo, to Tunisia, to Tishat, to Nigeria, to Ghana, to Gambia, to wherever. Go ye and learn it. It is its right. If I can go and study political science, chemistry, biology, logy, what about Quranology? You must study Quran under a good teacher, a competent teacher, a resourceful teacher who has the wealth, who has the wherewithal. Not every tongue you can handle. هذا كتاب الله. So right number 5, study it. Right number 6, teach it. After learning it, teach people the book of Allah. In the hadith of Uthman ibn Affan in Bukhari and Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ says, خيركم, complete it. من تعلم القرآن والله أكبر. So this hadith contains the two separate rights. من تعلم وعلم. لأن التعلم شيء والتعليم شيء. To learn it is something different. To cause other people to know it is entirely different entity. So combine the two. The previously mentioned 4 plus the 2, the number 6. Al-imanu bi tadabbur ma'ani al-istima' wal-insat wal-sukut wal-isgha. Al-amalu bihi, number 4. Ta'allumuhu, number 5. Ta'limuhu, number 6. So study the Quran, it's right on you, number 5. Teaching other people through tafseer, through classes of tajweed, through any other means available is an inalienable right of the Quran. That is number 6. Are you with me?
No.
The right of Quran, number 7, is da'watun nasi ilayh. Da'watun nasi ilayh. Invite people to eat. وَذَكِّرْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مَنْ يَخَافُ وَعِيدٍ. Don't call me to any constitution, any law. Invite me to the book of my Creator. He owns me. He creates me. He feeds me. He sustains me. So please call me to Him, nothing else. Based on the understanding of the pious predecessors. That is al-haqqu as-sabi. Da'watun nasi ilayhi. Inviting people to eat. This is my code of ethic. This is my guiding principle in life, in death and beyond death. So it has right on you. It is like it is telling you, why can't you invite people to me? Oh, you're Muslim. Like it's talking to you. أيها المسلم ألا تدعو الناس إلي وأنا كتاب ربك كتاب خالقك ومالكك ألا تدعو الناس إلي. As if the Quran is talking. So invite people to this book, but through knowledge, through understanding, based on the style of the pious predecessors. That is right number 1. Right number 1.
7.
The right of Quran number 8. Defending it. Defending it. How? Defend the Quran against usurpers, against the charlatans, against the lies, against the fabricators, against the rumor mongers, against. There are some people who misinterpret the Quran, so defend it. I give you an example. Somebody in Africa said, we have a verse in the Quran that supports Mawlud. I said, what? Let's have the ayah. ذَلِكَ مَا كُنَّا نَبْغِي. He says in the Quran there is a chapter, there is a verse that supports celebrating the Prophet's birthday. Mawlud al-Nabi. We say, well, If we have such a thing, we will have been doing it. And then he quoted which ayah? Ayah number 58 in surah number 10. What did it say? قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا يَجْمَعُونَ Ayah. We say, okay, Sadaqallahu al-Azim. What do you want to say? Translation. قُلْ Tell them. بِفَضْلِ It is by the bounties of Allah. وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ And because of His mercies. Then he said, was the coming of Muhammad not mercy of Allah? He says mercy. What is the conclusion? Then Allah says, فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا They should be happy. So we have been happy because of the ayah. The happiness is translated to mean what? Celebrating his birthday. I said, wow. The Americans say, wow. Then we ask him, say, hey man, which was the person that this ayah was given to? You or Muhammad? Was it given to you? Revealed to you? وَأَنْتَ الْمِسْكِينَ? He said, no, it was definitely revealed to Prophet ﷺ. So why didn't he understand it to mean celebrating his birthday? Why? So you are claiming to be more understanding than the Prophet ﷺ. You are claiming to be more knowledgeable. You must be cookie. Wasting your precious hours and time. So through this way, you defend the Quran. Is that clear? That is instance number one. Instance number two. Somebody said, Allah has said, La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in the deen. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. He said, okay, if your son has prayed, it's fine and good. If he doesn't pray, La ikraha fi din. Your son. Is that the meaning of Quran here? You have to defend it. Defend it. Defend it. There are many instances like this. Do you know a new Quran has now been produced? No. A new Quran has now been produced. Astaghfirullah for calling the Quran. It is called Furqan al-Haq. Here in America, one guy from Louisiana, I know, translated from Arabic to English. I don't have to call the name. And the Quran in code has 77 chapters. 338, I think, pages. The aim and objective is to take your attention from the main Quran. But how can you do that? It's not possible. This is a book well preserved, protected. Nothing you can do to remove its veracity, its acceptability in the heart of the truly believing Muslims. So the Quran has 15 consecutive rights. Right number one, believe in it. Right number two, understanding its message as you read. Right number three, practice its teachings. Right number four, keep quiet, silent and muted when it's being recited. Right number five, go and learn it from a scholarly scholar. Right number six, teach other people this book. Right number seven, invite people to it. Right number eight, defend it against the calumnies of charlatans. Right number nine, of the Quran, protected against humiliation. How? Example, It is haram to use your saliva to be turning the pages of Quran. It's haram. It is an act of humiliation. You cannot use your saliva in turning because it's slippery. Don't you know there are some in the bank they use water, a device containing water to calm their knot. They tell you because the knots are very clean. So you are not clean. The Quran is not clean. The pages of the book of Allah are cleaner than your cleanliness, so to speak. So right number 9, defend the Quran, protect against humiliation. Example, do not use saliva in turning. I'm not saying saliva is impurity, it's clean. But it is degraded. Can your loving wife, after cooking food for you, and then she throws her saliva into the content of the food, will you eat it? But she's your darling. Why can't you say, okay, darling, I'm gonna eat it like this? You won't eat it on account of that thing. If that is not tolerated, then you should know it's not tolerable to use your saliva in turning the pages of the book of Allah. Am I communicating?
No.
Am I?
No.
That is right number what?
9.
Right number what?
9.
Right number what? 9. Similarly, there are some people, when they sleep and their legs extended to the Quran. That is haram. Another example. Let me ask you, if your piece of Quran in your house, the paper has been tattered, what do you do? To burn them or to dig a hole and put and just cover? Which is preferable? Burn. Any reason for that? Can you give any reason for that?
Protect.
Burning.
Protect from the cancer.
Yeah. I am asking for any support from the life of the pious predecessors. That's my point. I know to present to protect. Because if you collect it and dig a hole and put it, perchance someone might urinate on it, it goes down. And you'll be held responsible. It's better you burn it. Because Uthman ibn Affan did it. So you are covered. You have reason from the life of the pious predecessors. That is the right of Quran number what? Number 10. Protect against humiliation. Is part of it. I have been saying, do not use Quranic recitation as your ringing tone. It's haram. La yajuzu abadan is part of it. You cannot use recitation, Sheikh Sudais, for example, Shuraim, for example, Al-Husari, you name it. Just take part of the recitation as a ringtone. It is haram, 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 for 5 reasons. So it's the right of Quran to honor it. That is why some scholars are saying, do not travel to Quran from one nation to a non-Muslim nation. They say because it's likely to be desecrated at the airport during checking your baggages. They take the book of Allah. They can, manhandle it. In the light of some are saying, do not even carry the Quran and take it with it. Because wherever you go, you have a lot of books of Allah there. But it's not bad anyway. So that is the right of Quran number 9. Or is it number 10? Number 10. From any humiliation, any mistreatment. 11.
9. We are going to, this is the 10th.
10.
I am going, is it 10 or 9?
10.
Right number 10 of the Quran that you rank it higher than anything called law. Any law, any system, any code of ethic, the Quran should rank higher. Yeah. Because there is not any human endeavor. But what Allah has revealed is the highest form of anything you can think of. We are speaking to the believers. Your beliefs, your belief system, accept everything I am saying. No reservation. So Quran has rights upon you that it should be preferred above any other that you have. Right number
11.
Right number 11. Quran should be recited based on the rules of recitation. It's a right. You carry Quran wrongly. You can't say Alhamdulillah, for example. No. Allah will take you to the task. Alhamdulillah, at this age, Dullahi. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ربي عالمين. Which kind of this? الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين يوم الدين لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بالله من يوم الدين. This kind of recitation is a total mutilation of the book of Allah. Allah says وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ وَتَرْتِيلًا. And the great Muslim scholar of Tajweed Ibn al-Jazari says وَالْأَخْذُ بِالتَّجْوِيدِ حَتْمُ اللَّازِمُ مَنْ لَمْ يُجَوِّدِ الْقُرْآنَ آثِمُ لِأَنَّهُ بِهِ الْإِلَهُ أَنزَلَ وَهَكَذَا مِنْهُ إِلَيْنَا وَصَلَ وَهُوَ أيضا حِلْيَةُ التِّلَاوَةِ وَزِينَةُ الْأَدَاءِ وَالْقِرَاءَ.
Allahu Akbar.
Beautiful stanzas. He is saying maintaining tajweed is obligatory, inescapably obligatory, mandatory. Because it is the beautification of recitation. So, it's the right of book of Allah, read the tajweed. Say Allah. Say khalaqa, don't say halaqa. Say dha, la yuhibbu dhalimin. Don't say za, wrong. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ ذَا. Look at the voice production. And this requires of you to have time to study and the scholars. That is right number
11.
Right number
11.
Right number 12. تحكيمه عند التنازع. Making the Quran the judge to arbitrate during wranglings. You disagree, I disagree. So Allah says, فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَالرَّسُولِ. Refer it to Allah for education and His Messenger. How do you refer to Allah? Refer it to the book of Allah. Are we like this today? Do we refer our dispute to the book of Allah, the Quran, for judgment? Allahu Akbar. Even between you and your wife. I'll give you an example. The wife tells her husband, my darling, you will have married my daughter, if not because we have met. Then he said to her, what? How can I marry your daughter? She said, yes. If not because you married me and the marriage has been consummated, you will have married my daughter. And the husband said, no, that is wrong. No, she said to him, no, I am correct, you are wrong. In that case, they have disputed. May I ask you, which of the two parties is correct? The wife? The wife? Come on. talk. Who is right here? The man or the woman?
The woman.
Take it again. She said to him, my husband, if not because you have married me, and the marriage has been consummated, you know consummation of marriage? You will have married my daughter, because you are not her father. But now she's under your care. He said, God, I can't stomach this. This is entirely new to me. So he disputed with her. She too disputed with him. Now I'm asking, which of the two is on the right side?
The wife.
The wife?
Yes.
All right. I throw my weight behind you. But give me proof Quranically. Ayah. I need ayah. Barakallahu fiqh. We go by proof. Suratul Nisa, Surah number 4. Ayah, read it, sir.
The ayah?
Now.
Oh, that one. I know it's in Surah Nisa.
Allah says what? وربائبكم اللاتي في حجوركم من نسائكم اللاتي دخلتم بهن فإن لم تكونوا دخلتم بهن فلا جناح عليكم. To the end of it. وربائبكم اللاتي في حجوركم من نسائكم اللاتي دخلتم بهن فإن لم تكونوا فلا جناح عليكم. ربائب, the girls that grow up under your care in your house is called your Rabiba. Any girl that is under your tutelage, under your care in your house, you are not her biological father, but she is the daughter of your wife from her former husband. That girl is called Rabiba. You can marry her if not because you have married her mother. You get it? Number one. Number two, the marriage has been contracted between you and the mother. Before the mother settles in your house, you begin to tell the mother, please, I am withdrawing from the marriage. Now my interest is now with your daughter. Is that possible in Islam? At this point, yes. Before the mother settled in the matrimony, before the consummation, but after consummation, a capital no. Before consummation, a capital yes. So in this particular instance scenario, the wife was right. What's my point? Refer your case to the book of Allah. As right number 12. Right number 12. Right number 12. Right number 13. There are many instances here. If somebody dies today, do we share the property after the what do you call it, the morning, you know, morning sessions, 3 days? Or we delay sharing the mirath until some years back, later? Debate. Share it instantly is better for you. Yeah. So Quran has right on you that if there is any dispute, go back to it. I want to borrow money from you. Then you tell me, Muhammad, let's put it in writing. You said, in writing? Don't you trust me? I said, no. Let's go to the Quranic methodology. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا تداينتم بدين إلى أجل مسمى what? فاكتبوه. Quran 2 verse 2:8 what? 2:82. The longest ayah in the Quran talks about reducing dating into writing to avoid unnecessary calamities. That is Quran. So, right number 13 Refer any case to the book of Allah. Is that number 13? Number 14.
13.
I'm 13.
I'm going to 13?
Yes, sir.
Right, number 13. After the Quran has made its judgment, remove any rancor in your heart. You shouldn't have any worry. So absence of contraction in your heart is another right of the Quran. Don't feel disturbed. Allah has decided, I take it. It's another right. Right number 14. Are we going to 14 now?
Yes.
Total surrender. Total surrender. Because agreeing at the first instance is one thing. Day in, day out, you begin to what? Miss your steps. Maintain it. These two are very important. Right number 15. Your lifestyle should be Quranic-like, should be Quran-like. What does that mean? Aisha radiallahu anha was asked, what was the attitude of Rasulullah? She said his attitude was like Quran, was like walking Quran. Kana khuluquhu, if you see him, is as though you have seen Quran walking. These 15 points mark what I call the right of Quran, that maybe we take time during the tafsir session, we'll be taking one point after the other issue to analyze. But that marks the beginning of my introduction number 1. Introduction number 2 is on tafsir itself. What is tafsir? Tafsir, you see, in Arabic, is taken from taf'il. What is taf'il? Tafsir, it has two ways of explanation. The first one is the literal meaning. The second, the technical meaning. On the literal meaning, it means just making something clear. That's what. Fassartu. Something should be clear to you. I can tell you, for example, please, you said something yesterday, I didn't hear you, please. Fassirli. Give me tafsir. Tafsir that he mentioned here is not in technical sense. It's in literal. Because technically, it is exclusive for the book of Allah. You get me? But literally, you can tell your wife, please give me tafsir of what you're doing. Explain to me. So tafsir, the literal term is wider than the technical term. Making something clear, making something understood and understandable, sensible, that can be comprehended, is called tafsir. It is in the light of this, Allah says in Quran Surah number 25 and number 33, وَلَا يَتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ إِلَّا جِئْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَأَحْسَنَ تَفْسِيرًا. Tafsira means explanation. Okay? And some ulama say tafsir is twisted from the word safar. Because fassara means safar. There is a kind of a changing between the terms. It's taken innahu maqalubun min safara yusafir. Because taking a trip in Arabic is called safar, isn't it? I can tell you, إنني سأسافر من نيويورك إلى New Jersey. In the safar من نيويورك إلى Connecticut, like this. So safar they say sa fa fa sa. You see sa sin fa fa ra safar. So in tafsir there is sin fa ra. They are jointly mentioned together. They give the same meaning. They are same because in safar, in journey, your behavior will be clearly made to your friend. That is true. That is why Al-Imam Shafi'i says in this connection, he says, تغرب عن الأوطان في طلب العلا وصافر ففي الأسفار 5 فوائد تفرج هم واكتساب معيشة وعلم وآداب وصحبة ماجد. He says, take a journey, take a trip. Because in taking a trip, there are 5 benefits. 5 benefits in taking a trip. Number 1, the worries of your heart will be removed. Because you are anxious to break new grounds. That to your worries and anxiety. Number 2, it opens the gate for you for maximizing profits. If you're on a commercial journey, for example. Number 3, it opens gate for you to learn more. New knowledge. At least you see new friends, okay? New geographies, way of living, not as you used to know. Number 4, it teaches you good manners, tolerance, patience. You will be humiliated, yet you stomach it, enjoy. And number 5, you make good friends. In the process, your behavior will make clear to them. So they are saying even Tafseer is taken from the root word suffer in Arabic. After this, technically, what is Tafseer? Technically, Tafseer, let me take the definition of 2 scholars, 2 gurus in the field of Tafseer. Al-Imam Abu Hayyan, the Andalusian scholar. He said, listen, in Arabic, I quote him, التفسير علم يبحث عن كيفية النطق بألفاظ القرآن الكريم ومدلولاتها وأحكامها الإفرادية والتركيبية ومعانيها التي تحمل عليها حالة التركيب وتتمات ذلك. End of quotation. That is Abu Hayyan. Abu Hayyan says, look, Tafsir as a field of study, most important field, because it is directly connected to the book of Allah the Almighty. So life is worth spending studying Tafsir. If you spend your lives writing your thesis, a PhD, masters in little things, what about the book of Allah? He says Tafsir is the science that investigates how we utter the word of Allah. So according to Abu Hayyan, even the way you pronounce the Quranic term is also Tafsir. Because they can impart on the meaning. Yeah. Let me tell you, if you go to Yemen, there are some Arab who pronounce Gha as A or A as Gha. They say Gal. Ghal Allah. Look at it. Ghal Allah. You know, Yagul. Because of their, what do you call it? Their accents. They call accents or their dialectical reality. They say Gal. Wallah Gal Rajul. Yagul. Okay. Allahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. He said Qadir. Ha. Qadir means powerful. Qadir means treacherous. Committing treachery. Is Allah treacherous? A'udhu billah, astaghfirullah. So he's saying, even the way you pronounce the Quranic term, they can impart on the translation. And that is a very powerful argument. You go to Egypt, they tell you, they call Jim Gamal Abdel Nasser, for example. It's Jamal. I can recall one day in Kano, an Egyptian scholar, was leading us in Maghrib prayer. To my utter dismay, he said, Alam nag'ali al-arda nag'ali? Instead of naj'ali. Alam nag'ali al-arda mihada wal gibala. He said, what is this? This Quran? Maybe because of dialectical differences. But Al-Husari was Egyptian. Have you ever heard him doing this? The right way. So that is why in our own way, according to dialectical realities, you have to be very careful. Don't say Allazi kalaka wala ralina. No. So according to Abu Hayyan, even the way you pronounce each and every letter, if it is correct, that can guide you to the meaning of tafsir. Similarly, ilm al-qira'at. You know qira'at? The science of recitation. One reciter says, Maliki yawmiddin, like Warsh. Some say, Maliki yawmiddin. One imam says, وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ ثَمَّ رَأَيْتَ نَعِيمًا وَمَلِكًا كَبِيرًا وَمَلِكًا. What is your take here? وَمُلْكًا كَبِيرًا. But it's accepted. Malikan, Mulkan. They come together to give you the translation. So Abu Hayyan looks at tafsir at a wider perspective, by even including the ways we pronounce our terms. To the end of it. Al-Imam al-Zarkashi, another scholar, said, Tafsir, التفسير علم يفهم به كتاب الله المنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Tafsir is a science through which we understand the book of Allah that was revealed on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. End of it. Very sharp, precise, and maybe to the point. Now the ulama divide tafsir into three main categories. Number one, at-tafsir bil-riwaya. Number two, at-tafsir bil-diraya. Number three, at-tafsir bil-ishara. Riwaya, diraya, ishara. Explanation. At-tafsir bil-riwaya has four categories. Tafsir bil-riwaya is to translate the Quran, allow Quran to explain itself by itself. That's the best form of it. Because what Allah says here, He explains it somewhere. For example, Al-Qari'ah. Mal-Qari'ah. Al-Qari'ah, the knocking one, knocking at your heart. Al-Qari'ah. Mal-Qari'ah, what is the knocking one? Look at your heart. No answer yet given. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا-الْقَارِئَةِ, still no answer. Then answer comes in the fourth ayah. يَوْمَ يَكُنْ نَاسٌ. Okay, here comes the explanation. It is the day when people shall be X, Y, Z. So the Quran explains itself by itself. That's the best. You have no any comment. Allah is talking here. That is category number one, at-tafsir bil-riwaya, or at-tafsir bil-ma'athur. It is into how many classes? How many classes? 4. Quran with Quran. Quran with Sunnah Hadith. Quran with the views and practices of the companions. Number 4, Quran with the explanations of the Tabi'un, who were the disciples of the companions. Even though this has been argued by some scholars. Am I communicating? These are my introductions, very important to me. Before we start, you should know first the basics, the paradigm, before you begin to build. Tafsir is into 3 categories: I take it again. At-Tafseer bil-Riwaya.
Yeah.
AKA, alternatively known as what? Bil-Ma'thur. Number two, At-Tafseer bil-Diraya. Through your view. Just is the personal understanding of a scholar. Because he is well grounded. But there are 4 conditions before that. Then the third category is at-tafsir bil-ishara. This is Sufi tafsir. We don't take it. We don't. It's a lot of meanderings. Tamir. Living the sunnah. Going for the whims and caprices. We should be sunnatically sunnatic. Quranically Quranic. Nothing less sophistic. I'll explain it. They say each and every Quranic ayah has manifest and hidden meaning. Imagine, there is al-ma'ana al-zahir wal-ma'ana al-batin. Who tells you this? There are some points, some ishara to it. You don't know. So they call it at-tafsir al-ishari. I wouldn't just waste time on that. But because I make an introduction, we say everything in detail. I will just maintain the 2. At-tafsir bil-riwaya. Then I will tell you some books that contain tafsir bil-riwaya. Very important. About 10 books. Please go for them. Number 1, Jami'ul Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran, written by Imam al-Tabari. Al-Tabari died in the year 310 Hijrah. In about 16 volumes. You get it in Medina. I don't know here in America, which place you have books of. Where is the book here? You have it here in New York? Beautiful, you can go and buy it. Go and get this book, Jami'ul Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran, written, penned down by the scholarly scholar Al-Imam al-Tabari, who died in the year 310 Hijri. Very, very important book. It is an example of a tafsir par excellence, number 1. Bil-riwaya or bil-ma'thur. The second book is Bahrul Ulum, the Ocean of Sciences. That's the name. Written by Imam Abu Layth Samarkandi, who died in the year 375. It also, he quotes an ayah, he says, Quran says, in explaining it. It's also hadith. Very, very beautiful one. Number 3, Al-Kashf wal-Bayan, written by Imam Abu Ishaq al-Tha'alabi, who died in the year 427 Hijri. Another important book. Book number 4, An-Nukat wal-Uyun, written by Imam Abu Hassan al-Mawardi, who died in the year 450 Hijri. Book number 5, Ma'alim al-Tanzil lil-Imam al-Baghawi. Oh, Baghawi, subhanallah, who died in the year 516 Hijri. Another equally important book in this connection is book number 6, Al-Muharrar al-Wajiz fi Tafsir al-Kitab al-Aziz, authored, penned, written, compiled by Imam Ibn Atiyya al-Andalusi, the Andalusian scholar, who died in the year 546 Hijri. Number 7, Lubab al-Ta'wil fi Ma'ani al-Tanzil, written by Al-Imam Alauddin al-Khazi, Al-Imam al-Khazi. I have immensely benefited from the book during our days of tafsir back home. Very important, who died in the year 741. Book number 8, Tafsir al-Quran al-Azim, of Ibn Kathir. I can almost tell you the most important of all. Ibn Kathir, he did everything. Even though perfection belongs to Allah exclusively. Nobody can claim perfection. Al-Kamalu liman? Lillahi Rabbil Alameen. The book is also important. I don't think any Muslim should have his own house free of this tafsir. Yeah. When I arrived, last 5 days, I was telling the Imam, Al-Hafiz Isa, hey, give me the book because I didn't bring it here. And I have it right now. I was loaned the book. I use it during my tafsir, my reference for my referential reasons. Very important. Get the book. He quotes ayah. He gives you, subhanallah, a lot of similar ayahs to drive home the message. Per excellence. To exemplify category number 1. At-Tafseer bil-Riwayah. At-Tafseer bil-Ma'thur. All these books contain the example of this category number 1. Book number 9. Was it number 10?
9.
Number 9. Okay, Ibn Kathir died in the year 774. Al-Jawahir al-Hisan fi Tafsir al-Quran of Al-Imam Abdul Rahman al-Tha'alabi, who died in the year 75, sorry. Last, not the least, number 10. Number 10 is Ad-Durr al-Manthur fi Tafsir bil-Ma'thur, written by Imam Jalaluddin al-Suyuti. Imam al-Suyuti was an Egyptian scholar who comes from Asyut area of Egypt, who died in the year 911 Hijri. How many books?
10.
How many 10? Are you following me? Are you writing? If you don't write, you miss it. I will say, if you want to benefit maximally in any tafsir session, any ta'aleem, get your writing. Reduce learning to scribbling. It remains with you permanently, ceaselessly, endlessly. Otherwise, it vamooses to the thin air. By the time you leave the majlis, the knowledge leaves you. Allahul Musta'an. That is category number of tafsir. The second tafsir is a tafsir bil-ra'i or bil-dirai. A scholar will feel, well, in my view, the ayah means X, Y, Z. There are 4 conditions. They are saying, no matter how equipped you are, if you not go to the first category, al-ma'thur, okay. Your eye, your view must tally with the authentic hadith. Must agree with it. Otherwise, we throw away your eye. We are not after your own view. Number 2, your eye, your view must be in total concomitance, must agree with the view of the generality of the Ummah of Muhammad. And number 3, the Arabic you use must be Arabic that's known, which is common to the common usage. And number 4, your Aqidah must be good. Must be Salafi Aqidah. Otherwise, you won't take it. That is why the Shia, for example, A'udhu Billahi min Shia, they said, Allah says, you should slaughter the cow. The cow means Aisha. Aisha. Astaghfirullah. Ra'i al-Madhmum. So they classify Ra'i into 2 parts. Ra'yun Mahamud wa Ra'yun Madhmum. Condemned view and accepted view. Sheikh Nasir al-Sa'di, who died in 1956, his book Tafsir al-Karim Rahman is a good example of the book of Tafsir Bil Ma'thur, but in abridged form. I'm just going back a little back. So this is Tafsir Bil Ra'i. Don't go for that. The Tafsir of Shia also says, مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. البحرين حسن and Hussein. Is it Tafsir? لا إله إلا الله. إن الله يأمر بالعدل. العدل علي والإحسان فاطمة. ذي القربى حسن. وين عن الفحشاء الفحشاء أبو بكر. استغفر الله. Tafsir Bil-Ra'i, more condemnable view. Should be very careful. This is knowledge. Take knowledge from those competent that can be relied upon. After hearing this, let me give example once again of how the Quran explains itself. Allah says in Surah Al-Balad, ayah number 11, He says, فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْأَقَبَةَ فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْأَقَبَةَ. Translation, but he has not broken the difficult pass. Allah said there is a pass through which you can reach your destination, but very, very difficult to penetrate it. That is Al-Aqaba. The Quran does not tell you the meaning first. Subsequently, he explains to you. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْأَقَبَةِ. Then he says, فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. Setting a servant free from bondage. Okay, that is the difficult pass. You can see the Quran explain itself. I don't have to go to any scholar. Yasha, what is up? I said, go to Quran. He has explained itself. So please rest to your view. Your view, I don't want it. Allah has said it for me. There are many examples like this. Number two, the Prophet explains to you the message. Example, Allah says, الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُمْ بِظُلْمٍ أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. Those who believe without mixing their belief with a transgression, they will be free. The Sahaba said, Ya Rasulullah, we are terrified. None of us but must have wronged himself. He said, no. The meaning of ayah, you get it wrong. Zulm, transgression, wrongdoing here means setting a partner against Allah. Then he quoted an ayah in Surah Al-Luqman. وَإِذْ قَالَ لُقْمَانُ لِبْنِهِ وَهُوَ يَئِذُهُ يَا بُنَيَّ لَا تُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ إِنَّ الشِّرْكَ لَظُلْمٌ عَظِيمٌ. So you can see. Having all this explained, what remains now is to hear the method of scholars in Tafsir. These are the categories according to their default. Tafsir bil-Ra'i, Tafsir bil-Riwaya, wa bil-Diraya, wa bil-Ishara. Ishara, forget about it. You haven't saying this by default. But now by methodology, Tafsir is also classified into 4 classes. There is Tafsir al-Tahalili and Tafsir al-Ijmali, Tafsir al-Muqaran, and finally At-Tafsir al-Mawdu'i. That is according to the way the scholars give Tafsir. They said class number 1 is Tafsir, they call it the analytical Tafsir. That is a Tafsir al-Tahalili, and it is majority. It forms the bulk of Tafsir. More than 70% is Tahalili. A scholar will take an ayah and gives you analysis about it. Fiqh perspective, linguistical perspective, historical perspective, rhetorics, balagha, tahleel, and you have books like this. And that's what we are trying to do. We want our tafsir to be analytical to the best of our ability. It's called tahleel. In so doing, you make sure you don't go beyond the teaching of Salaf al-Salih. The second class in the present is at Tafseer al-Ijmali. Just brief, just not detailed, short, precise. Like which one? I started Tafsir of Al-Imam Al-Jazairi, an Algerian scholar in Medina. I was in Medina last 20 days and I got the information is critically ill, the scholar. Oh Allah, make a good recovery.
Amen.
If it is ajal, oh Allah, take his life in good state of iman.
Amen.
Because the scholar very, very old. Whenever I was in Medina, I never miss his majlis. Full of knowledge and life. Yeah. So his book, Asr Tafasir, is of this category. Very brief, precise, meant for youngsters. It's called At-Tafsir al-Ijmali. The first one, Tahalili, analytical, so detailed. The second one, the precise opposite. The third category is At-Tafsir al-Mawdu'i, specific tafsir. You are looking for the topic on marriage. So you are concerned with all verses talking about marriage. That is al-Mawdu'i. That clear? You are only concerned with the topic of discussion. It is based on subject matter. There is this kind of tafsir. Number 4, there's a tafsir al-muqaran. That is comparative tafsir. Comparative what? Tafsir. You said the views of scholar A is this. Scholar B is this. But for me, this is the preponderant view. The stronger view is X, Y, Z. I take it. This should summarize my introduction for tafsir before the comments. Is it time?
We have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So I think today is the tip of the iceberg. Tomorrow is going to be the kick-starting day. Though today has been kick-started through introduction 2 ways. To introduction number 1, I told you the right of what? Quran. Did you memorize them all?
15.
Did you?
We know it's 15.
Yeah, I know 15. I know 15. That can easily be said. But I'm saying, who is going to tell me these 15? Okay, my brother, I saw you raising your hand. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Yes. Are you looking at your paper? Astaghfirullah. Fadl barakallah fik, MashaAllah.
We said that the first one,
Believe in it.
believe in it.
That's very important. The most powerful of all the what do you call it, right? Al-imanu bihi. Secondly,
Second, you must learn it.
Thinking. Tadabbur, yeah. Thinking and cogitating.
tadabbur, cogitating, pondering on its content. What does it say? Oh, do we say pay attention to it?
Yeah.
Okay, but I prefer cogitating, pondering, reflection. Another word, that's very beautiful. Number 3,
Silent when it's recitation.
he is the one talking, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Allah is okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he just said it, right?
Jazakallah khair.
And then teaching it and learning.
Yeah, you see, number 3, we've said listening, being silent, being muted when it's being recited. Number 4, practicing the teachings. Number 5, learning it, ta'allumu. Number 6, teaching other people. Because of hadith, khairukum man ta'allam, to the end of it. Number 7,
Calling people.
okay, to the end of the list we have given. We've gone back to them from time to time. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the remaining, I think, minutes should be consumed and finished by asking question, Q&A within 5 minutes. Wallahu a'lam.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Brothers and sisters in Islam, may Allah accept our ibadah. And as the Sheikh said, today we just look at all the rights of Quran and then the science of interpretation that our Sheikh has enumerated. And anytime it gets to Q&A, please I have index cards here. If you want to ask a question, please hand over the card to our brothers at the back. But before we do that, the tradition of Majlis al-Tafseer is we always give sadaqah. We bring $10 as a token to the masjid. This is the tradition we've been doing. So please, I'm craving your indulgence. Let us know through this tradition. Please give them the index card for questions. So please, we have to do our fi sabilillah. Brothers, our $10 that we give, inshallah, I'll start with myself. So please, everybody.
Yeah, we have a tradition, I think last year we did it here, that questions that are written should be collected for me to go over them, to give them scholarly research. I don't want kind of an impromptu answer because it's a manner that I have to settle it. So I prefer having the question written, unless such that are very urgent, they're very demanding, so I can try. But I prefer those written to be given to me to go over them, to consult references, to give answer that I feel I am okay with the answer, because it's a manner.
Inshallah. We thank our Sheikh. Please, fi sabilillah, fi sabilillah, please give dearly for the sake of Allah. As I told you, the masjid has slaughtered 2 cows for
a wide body of knowledge, where is the base starting point for a beginner. Go to school. Go to school. Do not allow internet to be a beginning point. Don't. Because over the internet, there are everything. POC is there. RAM is there. Every Tom, Dick and Harry can write there. You have to employ what you call the sifting methodology. To sift, to differentiate. In that case, meet a scholar of note who is worth the name. Start with the simple verses. Start with Fatiha. Ya Sheikh, give me the tafsir of Fatiha. Based on category number 1, bil riwayah bil ma'thur. Then go to the short surahs like Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Inna A'tainaka al-Kawthar, and Qul A'udhu bi Rabbin Nas, bi Rabbil Falaq, Idha Ja. Don't start with Al-Baqarah or Al-Imran or Al-Ma'idah and the like. That is very important for you. But as a book, I recommend Taysirul Kareem al-Rahman bi Tafseer Kalam al-Nan, written by our great scholar who died in 1956, Sheikh Al-Allama Nasir al-Sa'di, who was born and bred from the Qasim region of Saudi Arabia. Very important book, but do it under a good scholar to guide you and teach you. Allah. Is Shia a Muslim? Is somebody denying Allah a Muslim? Because in Nigeria, we are taught that a Nigerian answers question by asking a counter question. So I want to be a typical Nigerian in New York City. So I'm asking you, somebody denying Allah, Is he a Muslim?
No.
Somebody calling Abu Bakr kafir, Umar kafir, Uthman kafir, Aisha harlot, prostitute, astaghfirullah. Is he a Muslim? Choose it for yourself. And asking this rhetorical question back to you. Some question can be answered by asking a question. But let me go to what scholars have said. They are saying anybody denying a revelation of Allah concerning Aisha, take your Quran, Surah number 24, read from ayah number 11 to ayah number 16, that we are revealed on Nana Aisha, to exonerate her against condemnation that she committed something nasty. Now somebody said, no, she is a prostitute. Malik said, anybody behaving like this is a kafir, because he is denying Allah outrightly. But if somebody abuses Sahaba, some are saying cannot be a kafir but a fasik. You cannot pray behind him. But there are amongst them who believe Ali ibn Abi Talib is Allah himself. Wallahi billahi tallah. Be very careful. They are around here in this city, other places, with their money, with their kind of marriage. Be very, very careful. Be careful. Go and study Islam through Muslim scholars, in the hand of Sunni scholars who teach you the true religion. If you play, that is going to be against your own interests. Wallahu alamu bihi tawfiq. Any other question? All the time is up.
We have 12 minutes more.
Okay. So I think I will stop here. The rest will be answered later. But I will also ask you, that's my method. The same question I threw, I will also repeat it again. A woman traveled. She was assumed to have been killed. All means of tracing her whereabouts were dashed. Hopeless case. Her parents took her younger sister and gave to her husband, telling him, well, your wife is no more, she has passed away. Because all means of tracing her, we cannot lay our hand on her. We believe she's not like that. So take her younger sister as your new wife. And the marriage was contracted, consummated. After a week or 2 weeks, the husband, the wife returns. That is, her elder sister returns. Now the question is, who shall be regarded as the wife now? The elder sister or the younger sister?
Who should have been wife? The question again?
You didn't hear me?
The question again?
A woman traveled. She was assumed killed. She never returned. All hopes were dashed. Her parents told her husband, hey, your wife is no longer alive. We are giving you her younger sister in place of her. After the marriage was contracted, consummated, the elder sister returned. She said, no, I was never killed. I was just kidnapped. But alhamdulillah, Allah saved me. Papa, Mama, I'm going to the house of my husband. They say, hey, stop. You didn't know what happened? Your younger sister is now the wife. So I'm asking, who is now the wife?
The younger sister.
The younger sister?
Yes.
Did you get it well?
Yes.
Did you get it? Okay, answer me. Who is the wife?
Well, I said the eldest is the wife.
The elder sister is the wife? The reason?
Well, the reason is like, first of all, they have no right to, to divorce her without her consent.
No.
Because
They didn't know she died.
she did not divorce. It's like they divorced her. She didn't really realize it. I cannot, like, when I get married for a woman, nobody can divorce me for this woman except if we consent, both of us, or if the husband divorced. So in this case, if the husband wanted her, he's going to stay with her. You understand my...
I understand, but the point here is that she was believed to have died. You get it correctly. She traveled to a village. In the village there was carnage. You know carnage? Killing. Alright. Annihilations. A lot of lives lost. She was assumed dead in the inferno. She was assumed completely dead. Based on this, that she is dead, she was not even alive. They took the hand of a younger sister and gave him in her place. And later she returned.
I think they cannot take her right, because this marriage is her right, the first marriage. And socially, if I'm a judge, I don't know what to say. Socially, if I'm a judge, I would say this marriage is her right, and nobody in the society can take her right.
We are fortunate you are not a judge. Thank you, sir, with this good answer. Yeah, but I think he is hidden at a good answer. But maybe he didn't put in the right perspective.
That's right. I think the younger one have the...
The younger sister is the wife?
Yes.
Reason?
The reason, my reason is the one you explained, the mother and the daughter. You say, because if you don't consume the marriage, you can marry my daughter. But now the small sister, you consume it. The big one cannot come back.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Yes, brother, there.
Yeah, that's the younger lady, young lady.
She is the wife,
Yes,
not the elder sister.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I agree with the younger sister is the wife of course. The marriage has been contracted and consummated.
Yeah.
In the absence of the elder
sister.
Exactly. So the younger sister is the wife.
Yes.
I believe it's the older sister.
The elder sister?
Yeah, because the basis of the marriage of the younger sister was based on the fact that the older sister is dead.
Beautiful.
So long as she's dead, so long as she's not found not dead, that means the marriage is annulled. Because that was the basis for the marriage.
That's the answer. That's the beautiful answer.
That's something I was going to say.
Oh, beautiful. The basis of the marriage of the younger sister was based on the death, though on presumption, which had it presumed tantamount to the death of the marriage automatically. Is that clear?
She didn't left intentionally.
Exactly.
I mean,
and secondly, Allah says, وَأَن تَجْمَعُوا بَيْنَ الْأُخْتَيْنِ إِلَّا مَا قَدْ سَلَفَ. You can never combine two sisters simultaneously in a marriage. Wallahu alam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.